Hola, I'm back. My name is Ira Banyes, Basic the Village Princess, and I would love to spend some quality time with you, my cyber family. And we're gonna have a story time, and I hope you enjoy it. And today's story was inspired by a podcast that I watched recently. The story was just reminded me of something that happened with me in the past, and I thought, why not sharing my story inspired by that story? I believe some people that watch that podcast, they know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this story happened many moons ago when I was a little bit younger than today, even though I'm still young. Thank you very much. When I was in boarding school, actually, the title of the video today is Be Careful Who You Trust. And this is specifically for the young girls out there. When you're still in high school or when you're young and naive, be careful who you trust. Because the people that you love and trust can be the ones that will betray you. And this is what happened to me. I trusted somebody, but actually I had reasons to trust this person because this person was part of a very close circle. If I must say, was a family member. Yeah. What happened? What happened with me and that family member? But before we get to the story, please like, subscribe, and comment. Your comments are very important for me because I get inspiration from your comments. I would really appreciate to see some of those comments. The person that I trusted was a family member. I had to trust the person because we grew up around each other. What happened is, how the Americans would say, what had happened is that I come from Mozambique, which is a country that had war at some point. That being said, and everybody knows that I'm a village girl, very proud village girl. I had to leave my village to go to another village because there was no high school where I was. There was just primary to middle school, and then I had to go to high school, and for that I had to go from that village to another village, a bigger village than my one. In that village, it was bigger because they had like the municipality, they had the boarding school, and yeah, a few other things, including a club, a nightclub. Let me give you guys a little bit of a rundown here. So the family member and her boyfriend, the DJ, they come to fetch me early enough before, of course, the club opens. He's the DJ. We get there, everything is quiet, nobody's in the club, just the three of us putting things together. Mama here, I'm busy on the dance floor, and those days my favorite fashion to go out, minis or booty shorts with boob tops and a big jacket. That day I was wearing my nyana, my sneakers, my short nyana jet, boob top, jacket. When it started getting hot with the dance moves, take off the jacket and become innocently sexy. But I'm not thinking about being sexy, I'm just thinking I'm looking fashionable. Not knowing that those times that I used to go, or that I went there in the past, there were some shameless dogs, because I'd call them that because they were much older than me. They were looking at me as sexy. Meanwhile, me, I was just there for the music and for the free frizzy drinks and for the fun, of course. And I felt safe because the family member and the DJ are like, they're my family. I felt like I was home. So this day, I don't know how, I guess they spoke before. Particular day, I'm there doing my thing, dancing and what, so not what. Comes the owner of the place, the hotel/club. He's trying to talk to me, but it's so funny because I knew this person, like I knew his name, I knew him from far. He was the only Mulungu in that area, like the only rich Mulungu. Of course, he was going to be noticed. He's talking to me, but in a very, like being young, trying to be cool with me. I thought there was something wrong with that, but at the same time, I'm young, I'm naive, I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's just being friendly. Okay, that goes the whole night, and then they take me back. But and then it happened again that they come to fetch me and everything, and drinks they were flowing. It became normal that they come and fetch me, and we're having a good time together. They will drop me to the point that one day I'm there and I'm like, guys, I have to go because they at the boarding school they started realizing that there was some group of us that we used to run away, and they used to watch us like, and I had to go back early. Who decides? I mean, they tell me, no, don't worry, Mr. Okay, I'm not gonna call him by name. Let's call him Shameless Dog, which was the owner of the place. Mr. Shameless Dog is gonna take you back. Well, I didn't see anything wrong with that because it was someone that I had respect for. Mr. Shameless Dog takes me in his fancy car, drops me at the back. There I am, the window, my door's open for me. I jump in, sleep, no problem. But now happens that one day I'm there, Shameless Dog calls me to the back. But this family member, actually, she was the one, he used to talk to Shameless Dog, and me, innocent, thinking that family, I'm safe and everything. I honestly don't know if she was getting paid or anything, but there was something funny because the way she was throwing me to that man, I didn't even notice. Whereby that day he called me to his office. The guy wants to start touching me. I'm like, no, you're not gonna touch me. He's like, no, you can. And he had this, oh, you can sit here. I'm like, no, 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 no. I left running, and then, but unfortunately, the door that was gonna connect me to the club was closed. I couldn't open the door. And he came and he spoke to me. He said, please don't do any scandal. Just relax. Nothing is going to happen to you. And then I called him by name and I said, how can you try to do this to me because you are my dad's friend? And then he asked me, who's your father? And then I told him my father's name. And then he was like, no ways, you lying. And then he asked me, what's your name? Because I always never use my full name since I grew up. My full name is Ira Sema, but I use Ira. And he's like, no ways. Do you know that I know you since you were born, like since you were a baby? And I'm like, I did not know that. But from there, he became a father figure. From that moment, since he realized who I was, Shameless Dog. When you think that the story was done, it was not done yet. Okay, I go back to the club. I mean, he opens the door after we chat because we went back to the office. That's how naive I was, guys. I went back to the office with him. We finished the whole chat. And then he came, he opened that door, and I went and I told my family member that I wanted to leave that moment. And she was like, no, no, no. But and then she and some friends walked me because the boyfriend was still working. They walked me back to the boarding school, and that's it. But after some time, let's say a few months or a few weeks pass, she tells me that there's this house party. And please, of course, she apologized, and she says she pretended that she did not know that Shameless Dog was up to those things. She pretended because I know she pretended. She knew it. Now we go to this private party, which is the house of Shameless Dog. And the boyfriend is DJing, she's there, I'm there, some of my friends, this time I was allowed to bring some friends, some of my friends are there. But guys, just to see that even family members sometimes are not to be trusted. Can you believe that Shameless Dog had a friend, which we're gonna call him Hungry Dog, they were papas, they were madalas, old men. They were not like, if Hungry Dog was, if Shameless Dog was my dad's friend, you can imagine, the Hungry Dog is the friend of the Shameless Dog. Let's call them dogs, they're old dogs. Next thing, I'm there doing my thing, dancing, being young, being happy and everything. Now, the friend of the Shameless Dog, which is the Hungry Dog, comes and grabs me and he takes me like to the kitchen side and he tells me, I want you. I froze. I didn't know what to say, what to do, or anything. I just froze. And then he says, if you become my girlfriend, do you know what I will do for you? Because I know that you guys there in boarding school, you don't eat well. You don't have hot water and blah, blah, blah. I know the conditions. You can come and wash here. You can do your things here and you can eat better than any of those girls in boarding school. I remember that I did not answer anything. I just froze, I just stood there. And one more time, I went to my beloved family member and told her what just happened. And she was like, why are you panicking? Why are you... What was the words? Guys, forgive me because when I speak, sometimes I'm thinking in Portuguese translated to English. And she goes, why are you being so dramatic? You can just you can just become friends with him. You don't have to sleep with him. I must confess that that day I still stayed until the end of the party. I still danced and whatever, but only like when we got to school and I told the girls what happened, and the girls, they were like, hey, if this is what is gonna be happening when we go out with you, we are not coming out with you anymore. We are not going out with you anymore. I don't think. That was the last time I went to that club. That was the last time I went to that club with that crew, with that family member and the boyfriend and everything. I went back like many years later when I was much older. But yes, this story, it was more to bring awareness about be careful who you trust, because even family members, when they see that there is potential, if they can make money or get some things from other people using you, they will do it. Thank you so much for watching my video. My name is Irabayus Basic, the Village Princess, and I'm looking forward to see you on my next video. But before we go, like, subscribe, comment, because I really get inspired by some of your comments. I'm looking forward to see some of your comments. And besides that, just continue telling everybody about the Village Princess channel. The neighbors, the family members, the friends, the frenemies, the enemies, the pets, because I know that some of these pets these days are so intelligent. The cats, the rats, the dogs, they're playing with gadgets. Tell them to subscribe to the Village Princess channel. Kiss. Much love from me, the Village Princess.